Hi, welcome back to the Quattro Boosters. This is the Quattro For Life phone call review for August 24th, 2009. This week's speaker was Quattro University instructor Eric Lofholm, and he spoke on sales strategies and techniques.
Eric Lofholm is a master sales trainer who's trained tens of thousands of sales professionals nationwide. He's president and CEO of Eric Lofholm International, Incorporated, an organization he founded to serve the needs of sales professionals worldwide.
This was a wealth call. But before we get started, I got to tell you something, I got to be honest with you. And this is a little behind the scenes here at Quattro Boosters. This one was kind of a tough one to review because there was so much information that Eric gave on this topic.
Yeah, back at Quattro University, we took 3 of his courses. That's 12 hours. And I wrote miles of pages of notes.
Yeah, this was, I think, was the last class of his that we took on Quattro University that first week. And he taught a 4-hour course on this particular subject. So on this phone call, he condenses it down to 1 hour, and now we're trying to condense it down to about a 5-minute review. So that's what makes it so tough.
It's not easy. So we'll do the best we can to give you some of the highlights and encourage you to go to his website, and we'll give you that URL address at the end.
Yeah. Now, he starts out by telling his own story, how he became a sales leader. And then he states there are 3 ways to increase sales results. First, there's the inner game, that's the mental side of selling. Next is the outer game, your tactics. And finally, take action.
Part of the first one, the inner game, is your mindset, and that's how you personally feel about sales.
Let's face it, in our culture, there is a stigma to selling. And the challenge is that if that's your mindset about sales, what you're doing is you're creating an imaginary hurdle that's going to prevent you from achieving your potential in business.
The point is you have to embrace sales, because if you don't, you're going to have a weak close and a weak presentation. Now, what he said is very similar to what another Quattro University instructor said, Gary D. Rodriguez. He said that sales equals service.
Right. For example, here at Quattro Boosters, we have a product, the Quattro For Life phone calls, and that can teach entrepreneurs how to increase their business to a level they've never experienced, and also how they can lead a balanced life in the process. That's something that can really help people, and that's how we can be of service.
Next is the outer game, and this is where he goes into tactics. This is where it could get really long.
Yeah, it could.
But basically what he said is that everything that's successful has a system. And there are 3 systems you have to have in place to have a successful business. First is lead generation system, an appointment setting system, and a system to converting your appointments into customers. And once you have these 3 systems down, you can use them over and over again with predictable results.
And we need that, especially if it brings us sales.
Exactly.
Eric developed what he calls the sales mountain. He takes us step by step from getting a lead all the way up to the closing of the sale. He even tells us how to handle objections a potential client may have, and that's such valuable advice. Everybody needs to know this.
Yeah, he then ends by giving us free resources for more information.
I have 2 great free resources for you. And the first one is my website, saleschampion.com. When you go there, there's all kinds of wonderful resources, including 2 great blogs. There's a lot of ways that I can help you with your sales skills if you need help in that area. I also regularly instruct at the college for those of you that are coming to the college. The other resource is a great audio I just did with a guy named John Assaraf. And you may know that name because he's one of the stars of the movie The Secret. A lot of you have probably seen that. John Assaraf's a multimillionaire, and he recently interviewed me. He asked me some great questions about selling, and we recorded it. If you'd like to hear that interview, you can get instant access at www.johninterviewseric.com. That's JOHN, www.johninterviewseric.com.
Now, I just want to say that Eric is one of our favorite instructors at Quattro University. He gives us all the nuts and bolts you need to plan your presentation and have that sales system in place.
Yeah, one of our other favorite instructors, Gary D. Rodriguez, is all about the presentations, your gestures, your eye contact, your tone of voice, all these things that make your actual presentation.
Yeah, NLP, it's really, really valuable.
Yeah, how people take in information and sort it in their minds.
And you can watch by their gestures how they're processing information, everywhere from how they're holding their body to where their eyes are going when they're talking to you.
Exactly. If you're losing them, if you've got their interest, all that kind
It's
of thing.
amazing stuff.
So you put these two people together, and their information just dovetails perfectly together.
You got a killer system that was just guaranteed to get you sales if you follow it.
That's right.
Now, next week, Sensei Ron Thomas will speak on relationship enhancement through personal awareness. He's another one of our favorite speakers, and you don't want to miss that.
Yeah, that's it for this week. We're the Quattro Boosters. I'm Dennis Cherry.
And I'm Christine Cherry.
And we want to serve you by boosting your business to the power of 4.